What would you do if the ground beneath you suddenly started moving, and within seconds, people across major Colombian cities were running out of buildings? That is exactly what happened Monday morning when a powerful earthquake struck western Colombia, sending tremors through Bogota, Medellín, Cali and other areas, while authorities scrambled to determine just how much damage had been done. And tonight, there is an important detail about this earthquake that makes the situation more complicated than the first report suggested. The earthquake struck at about 7:34 in the morning local time, with the epicenter near San José del Palmar in Colombia's Choco department. The U.S. Geological Survey initially measured the quake at magnitude 7.4, with a depth of roughly 107 kilometers, or about 66 miles underground. That depth matters because a powerful earthquake occurring that far below the surface can be felt over a very wide area, even when the most severe shaking is concentrated closer to the epicenter. And people definitely felt it. In Bogota, the country's capital, alarms went off as buildings shook and residents evacuated into the streets as a precaution. Bogota Mayor Carlos Galán said there were no immediate reports of major structural damage in the capital, although some buildings showed cracks. In Medellín, the city's mayor also reported feeling a strong tremor, while emergency officials continued checking for possible damage. But then came a much more concerning report from Choco itself. Governor Nubia Carolina Cordoba Curry said people had been injured in Quibdó and that buildings had suffered serious damage. She also warned about the possibility of aftershocks. That created an important difference between what officials were seeing in Colombia's largest cities and what was happening closer to the earthquake source. Here's where the story gets complicated. Different seismic agencies have reported different measurements for the earthquake. While the USGS initially reported magnitude 7.4, Colombia's National Unit for Disaster Risk Management reported a magnitude of 6 at a depth of about 79 kilometers. The European Mediterranean Seismological Center separately reported a magnitude of 6.8 and a depth of about 115 kilometers. Those numbers can change as seismologists analyze the event, so the exact final magnitude may not be settled immediately. Regardless of which measurement ultimately becomes the official reference, there is no question that this was a major earthquake. The shaking was reported across Colombia and was also felt in neighboring Ecuador, with people evacuating homes and buildings in several locations. Early reports from the immediate aftermath were also inconsistent, with some initial assessments reporting no injuries or major damage, while local authorities in Choco later reported injuries and significant building damage. And that is exactly why the next several hours matter so much. After a major earthquake, the first reports are rarely the complete picture. Emergency crews have to reach affected communities, inspect roads and buildings, check hospitals and utilities, and determine whether additional damage occurred in remote areas. In a department like Choco, where geography and infrastructure can make access difficult, getting a full assessment can take time. There is another reason officials are watching closely: aftershocks. A major earthquake can be followed by additional seismic activity, and authorities in Choco were already expressing concern about possible aftershocks. That doesn't mean a larger earthquake is guaranteed, and nobody can reliably predict exactly when or where another major quake will occur. But it does mean residents in affected areas have a reason to remain cautious and follow instructions from local emergency authorities. For people watching from the United States, the distance might make this feel like a story happening far away. But earthquakes like this are a reminder of how quickly a normal morning can change. One moment, people are starting their day, going to work or getting their children ready. The next, alarms are sounding, buildings are shaking, and entire neighborhoods are moving outside for safety. And perhaps the biggest question right now isn't simply how strong the earthquake was. It's how much damage may still be undiscovered. Authorities are continuing to assess the situation, and the picture could change as crews reach more communities and officials release updated information. For now, the focus remains on injured residents, damaged buildings, possible aftershocks, and making sure people in the hardest hit areas are safe. This is a developing story, and the conflicting early measurements and damage reports show why it's important to separate confirmed information from preliminary reports. What is clear is that a powerful earthquake struck western Colombia Monday morning and was felt across a remarkably wide area. As officials continue their assessments, the world will be watching for the next update, and for the people on the ground in Choco, those updates could be much more than numbers on a seismograph. They could determine what happens next. If you found this update helpful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Unix Media, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest news. Thanks for watching.